Welcome back, everyone, to this edition of Try Hard Trucking with me, TV, where I do the best I can with what I've got, which is not a lot of time, a whole lot of confusion. I thought this sawmill only had one cargo, because I saw one here, but it's actually the one is not, the one just shows it's one loading, takes up one storage unit. And so I'm thinking that might also be the case with the one that was already in Rift. If it's temporary, it shows it in parentheses. So I didn't really have to come over here to get the wooden planks. Yes. Well, you know what? That's okay. I came over here to drop the trailer off anyway, but I could have saved myself time. Because if I come right through the gateway, I could have gone to here and then back, which would have been less backtracking than backtracking all the way to the other thing. But I got them loaded now, so that's the way we're going. Because now it will be less fast to, you know, unload the cargo and delete it and go back again. So we are going back the way we came, or I can go this way. Let's go this way. I don't have to turn around. That's about the same distance, right? Yeah, it's about the same distance. I mean, it's not really the same distance, but I'm gonna pretend it's about the same distance so I don't have to turn around. And this isn't a great road here, but you know what? It doesn't matter because I'm in the Mastodon. This is, I call it the easy mode playthrough. It's actually just a normal mode, but it's easy because I'm using all paid DLC vehicles, including what some people consider OP 6 Mastodon from the Mastodon pack, 612H. And you know what? I feel no guilt about that at all. I've mentioned this many times, probably more times than anyone cares to hear at this point, that people have said that it's pay to win, and I'm like, well, who's losing if you're paying to win? Because it's not a competitive game. It's not acceptable to use on speedrun.com, so, you know. Anyway. I'm an old man, and I've never been great at video games, though I love video games, and so I get a little annoyed that people that try to prove their manhood by playing games on really hard mode. I'm beyond needing to prove my manhood. I mean, sure, people generally like playing on hard mode. It's not just proving their manhood, but I don't mind playing. I'm like I said, I've been playing video games since video games first came out. First came to the bowling alleys and pinball arcades. And movie theater lobbies. I'm trying to think, where did I first play my first video game? It may have been in a movie. I might have been in a movie theater. You know, I don't think so, because I think movie theaters didn't start latching on to the video game craze until they were already popular other places. It might have been in a bar? Or a bowling alley? Where did I first play Pong? Or first see Pong? I don't know. I know I played a lot of Space Invaders when they came to, like, everywhere. Where did Pong first come to? The first video game system I had, I'm playing on an Xbox, the first video game system I had was Magnavox Odyssey 2. I did not get in on the Odyssey 1. I'm sad to say, because I would have had a collector's edition very first home video game system. But the Odyssey 2 is much better. I mean, I didn't have any money. I had to get it as a gift. But, yeah, the Odyssey 2 was like didn't just have one game, it had a selection of 3 games. You could play like the original tennis game, which, by the way, Odyssey, Magnavox invented Pong. They won a lawsuit against whoever, was it Atari, that released Pong into the wild. You know, packaged it in a box, in a arcade machine. So they invented that, but the actual patent on the game itself was from Magnavox. They invented it. And so I don't think it was in the home version first. So they sued and won the suit, because it was, they had the patents. It was obvious that it was patent infringement. But, you know, whoever produced it, is it Atari? I gotta look that up. I'm going to stop the stream right now and look it up. If anyone knows, leave a comment or whisper me on Twitch. Leave a comment on YouTube, whisper me on Twitch. Hopefully I will have looked it up by then. But, you know, I've been wanting to look it up for decades now. Not for decades. Ever since I started streaming, I think. I've wanted to look it up, but I always forget. Because, like I said, see earlier statement about being an old man. But yeah, they packaged it for the arcade, so they did value add, but they never got a license for the technology. Lost the suit, had to pay Magnavox, and you know, then got the license, because Magnavox wasn't prepared to like build a new Pong machine to compete with what was there. They just wanted their money, and they got their money. But Magnavox released the game on a home version, but of course they couldn't call it Pong because the people that made Pong had a valid trademark on that. One person had the patent, which was infringed upon the person that had the trademark. Anyway. But yes, I've been playing video games since there were video games. In my teens, so that tells you how old I am. One game I could play was Breakout, though. I was pretty good at Breakout. I don't know about Super Breakout, but I was good at Breakout. Was there a Super Breakout? I think it was a home version of Super Breakout. Galaxia? Oh, I could jam at Galaxia. So maybe I wasn't too bad in my early days of video games. But, yeah, definitely, as my age got higher and my reflexes got worse and my eyesight got worse, my tendonitis got worse. I don't know how much that had to do with anything. Well, I'm at a stage now where, and my brain confusion got worse. I mean, I keep hitting the right. You know, I'm used to an Atari controller that has one button on it, right? A joystick and a button, and that's it. And I had a Wiko controller for my when I got my video game system. When I graduated from the Magnavox Odyssey 2 to the video game system. Oh, I never said, yeah, the Magnavox had Pong, it also had hockey, and it had squash. 2-player. Really nice. So yes, when I graduated to I said I could get through here, right? An Atari video game system, which is what it was called before it was called the 2600. I can get across this bridge. Yeah. Then, you know, I had a controller that had one button. I got a Wiko controller because it was much easier to use and much more durable than the controllers that Atari had. I'm going to see if I can get up this hill. I bet I can. If I can't, there will be sadness. But sadness is what we watch this for, right? there's no other reason to watch me than to watch the sadness. That's not completely true, but I think sadness is the main reason people watch me. Asteroids and Space Invaders, your go-to arcade games. Spent far too much money on them. You know what? A game I liked that came out after that? Targ. Do you remember Targ? Are you old enough to remember Targ, or it's obscure? I loved that video game. That was my jam when it came out. Space Invaders and spent a week's holiday money in one day. Parents weren't happy. On Asteroid or Space Invaders? Yeah, Asteroid was fantastic. I think Asteroid is when I first started to realize I wasn't that good at video games, so. This way is probably marginally closer, but more difficult. But I'm in the Macedon, who cares? Yeah, Targ was a game where it had like a grid. You go around and then these things chase you, but it was on this grid. Everything was like triangles. It was a really cool game. I really liked it. Defender, when that came out, I was big on Defender. But yeah, Space Invaders, I played so many hundreds of hours of Space Invaders. And I'm just going to put a marker there, because how to get there from there is questionable. Don't remember that. Love Defender. Oh yeah, Defender was so good. I had Defender on, was it on the 2600? It was crappy on the 2600, but on the Atari 400, I know I had Defender. And I got to the point where I could play that version of it forever. Because it only had so many levels. I don't know what it was, 40 levels or something. Maybe 32, power of 2 number of levels. And it didn't get faster after that point, and I could get so many extra lives that I got millions of points and ended up with more lives than I started with. And you know, so I think I had a friend over at the time, and I was just jamming out. I had a board in my room of magnetic. They were magnetic shelving, and I mounted them on the wall, and had like the magnetic letters. It wasn't magnetic, I mean steel shelving, and I had magnetic letters. And what I used it for is to put up high scores for different games. So I had my little high score board, and yeah, I had the high score for Fender by a lot. I finally gave up once I crossed, I don't know what it was, 10 million or whatever. The scores were pretty high in Defender. But yeah, I had so many Atari 2600 games, and then I moved up to the Atari computer. I started with a 400, and I got a third-party keyboard for it. So it was actually a clicky keyboard. I can't remember when I got my first BASIC cartridge. It might have been on the 2600. I started programming then. But somebody came around and bought all of my, I don't think they were interested in the actual 2600, but they bought all of, maybe they did buy it, but they bought all of my Atari 2600 games. And I had so many, dozens and dozens of them, right? All of those cartridges. And the reason he bought them was because he was opening up a store for used, you know, to rent video games. And it was a fantastic idea. Unfortunately, he had that idea about a year before the great video game crash. And I don't know how much money he lost, but I'm sure he lost a ton of money. And then, you know, after that, when the video games came back in the void, you know, people made lots of money. Blockbuster and whoever made lots of money running video games. But that poor guy, he was just ahead of his time. I felt bad for him the whole time. I mean, it was like right before. It was, you know, a year before the crash, less than a year before the crash. people blame lots of things on the crash, but one thing that I've seen blamed was the Atari 2600 of ET. It was so bad. It was so bad. But I'm sure that one game had nothing to do with, was not a primary driver of the great video game crash. Look it up. I don't remember what year it was. It was in the 80s, at some time, I think, in the 80s. But yeah, all the video games crashed. People stopped buying. The Nintendo Entertainment System kind of lasted, survived, I think, through the crash. But like Atari stopped selling their video game system, and it was quite the video game crash. But then they came back, so that was cool. Super NES maybe helped revise it. I don't know. But I had switched to the 8-bit computer by then, and I was still jamming out on video games. There wasn't much to do on an 8-bit computer other than play video games. I had the Atari 400, I had a Commodore, got an Atari 800 eventually, and an Atari 1200, and a Commodore 128. Yeah, I had all the 8-bit computers pretty much. And then I got a Commodore Amiga, my first 16-bit computer, which was fantastic. It was not the original Amiga, it was the Commodore Amiga. Somebody else invented it, and Commodore bought them out. But it had the blue screen of death was Guru. Oh, I don't remember the exact text. Shame I didn't still have them. Will be worth a lot of money now. Yeah, I don't remember what I did necessarily with all of them. I think they were all, pretty much all of them. Like I said, the 2600 maybe not, but pretty much all of them were packed away in the storage area of my house, which then got flooded because the sump pump was attached to a light switch, and somebody turned off the light switch. Somebody, it was probably me, turned off the light switch, which turned off the sump pump. You know, it was one of these light switches that somebody just had a screw-in outlet, electrical outlet, and the sump pump was connected to that. So when the light switch went out, the sump pump went out, and so the whole basement flooded considerably, and there was carpet down there. And so it was all, the carpet got all ruined, and I got quite the, upper respiratory infection. I was out of work for over a week, like 10 days, 2 weeks, something like that, from digging up all that carpet. It was horrible, but everything electronic got ruined. All my albums, all my vinyl albums got all warped. It was terrible. We didn't go into crawl space that often, so only who knows how long that was all there. Am I at the spot now? I don't think I'm at the spot now. I gotta know when I get to... I am at the spot now. Okay. Okay, it's time to hold my breath. Save the game. I don't even see anyone save the game. Yeah. Would have been worth money. Some of them would have been worth money. I never had... No, I take it back. I did have a Nintendo 64, or actually, I bought it more or less for my stepkids, but it was public. Also a Sega Genesis we had. Those went back, I think, with the stepkids when they moved back out of state with my ex-wife. They were all from a different state than I'm in. But they also had an original PlayStation. one of them anyway in their room, I know. But yeah, the Nintendo 64 is actually worth something now because so many Nintendo 64 games are played like on speed runs and stuff. Okay, this is where it gets tricky. This is very tricky because I gotta go around that corner that I had gone around before, but I gotta do it uphill. Gotta make sure I don't go off that edge, which is why they put this tree here. Okay. Oh no! I hit the release button instead of the pull button. That is not the first time I've done that. Believe it or not. Pull winch. That's this button. Release the parking brake. Pull the winch. Move, drive, and pull the winch. Oh, let's see what I was talking about, not knowing what buttons to hit. This is why I'm not a professional Rocket League player. I say that all the time. Oh, I think I gotta back up and do it again. Okay. Parking brake. Attach the winch from a different spot. Oh, I can't attach to the same thing that I'm already attached to. Okay. Release the winch. Attach the winch. Been good hanging out, getting late. So you're off to bed. Enjoy the rest of your stream, and I'll catch you next Sunday. Yes, thank you, MOVC. And also thanks for the resub. I appreciate it. 8 months of madness. So, yeah, I'll catch you next week. Thanks again for hanging out, chatting, and lurking, all that good stuff. Okay. Pull. Pull. That's this button. Pull. Pull, 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 pull. Release. Yes, I did it! Yay! Oh, that is so difficult. Why do they make that so difficult to get in here? I hate it. That trailer, that pew pew pew, is very difficult to load. What I might do is come over here with the Brigadier, because it has a articulated whatever it's called, ramp, flatbed ramp. I don't know how the Brigadier is going to handle that gateway though, or that hill. But yeah, that is probably the best way, because getting that pew 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 is much heavier than even a fully laden, fully loaded. How am I getting there? I can get across that, right? Or do I have to go here? I gotta go across that. Yeah, that is so difficult to try to carry that, to lift up with the Russian crane. That, in fact, even the American crane would probably not be able to lift it up, but the articulated ramp will easily be able to do it. Okay, and I can stop here, which will actually repair as well as refuel, I found out. How am I getting there again? Oh, I gotta go around that way. It was worth going that way anyway, so I could refuel and repair. And this is just part one, but I think I can get the metal beams here. That service trailer has to go somewhere, but I think, where does that service trailer have to go? Let me see. Maybe I'll do a 2-for-1 deal here. Is it that service trailer? Fuel carrier trailer. Oh, that's out of the way. Oh, I get refueling services if I go there. Well, great. That doesn't really matter to me. With the new, that's not it. Great Nomad. Curtain side trailer. Restore the Zix. Yeah, that's out of the way. No, that doesn't go anywhere other than maybe to be useful to do these things, but it's not going to help me on the way, so. Up there, all the way around up there. Okay, that's how I gotta go, game. Be that way. Oh, that's right on a ridge. I'm tempted to try to get through the woods, go up the ridge. No, I'm not gonna do it. I know madness is fun, but it's too tempting. It's too risky. Not gonna have the madness. It is tempting, but it's too risky, is what I was trying to say. I don't want to spend any more time than I need to on this, because I've got a goal. I have to get this done in under 100 YouTube episodes. Jeez. I know this is a slope here, but fortunately the Mastodon is pretty good about not tipping. That's why I have it in the first place. What does calling all fronts do? Click on it. Will it? Fuel carrier trailer to there. Again, fueling services. But there's already, I think I can already refuel there. Where's the fuel carrier trailer? Oh, it's all the way over there. Can I already refill there? Or was it this one I can refuel at? Maybe it was that one. Oh, well, whatever. Pointing north. I've got more fuel with me if I need it, and I will possibly need it. Or I can stop the engine. I can change trucks. Oh, actually, I can. You can do this now. I can refuel from as a Rezvani accessory. You used to not be able to do that. Sure. And now I've got 40-some gallons, but the Rezvani can handle just that fuel he has. So now I've got extra fuel. That's good. And we'll see if I can refuel at that place. Probably not. It says services get unlocked, so I'm guessing I'm confused. Yeah, that was a fairly recent change they made. You used to have to switch to the vehicle that had the add-on and use that to refuel the other vehicle. And then if you wanted to go from add-on to add-on, you had to switch back and forth. Refuel the vehicle, go in from the new vehicle, refuel the add-on, switch back to the other vehicle if you needed more. refuel from add-on to the other vehicle, etc. But now they made it so you can access the add-on from a different vehicle. So it's easy peasy now. Great change they made not too long ago. Okay, look, it says refuel and repair. This was the repair station. Will I get my repairs? Yes, I get my repairs, and I can refuel, so I didn't need to... Oh, that's not the right one, is it? No, that's a different one than this one. Okay. No. Is that not the one? Yeah, that makes no sense. Okay, I got fueling services already, and repair services. So I didn't need to pull the fuel out of the other Rizvani, but the Rizvani will be fine with fuel. He'll come here if he needs to. But one thing I'm not going to do is recover him to the garage. Then I have to go up that cliff again to get here. Come on, buddy. Come on. Yes, this baby can do it all. Well, not all. It has a reasonably high nose, but long, and so sometimes it will get... It's not as bad as an Azov, but sometimes it will get caught in mud. I don't want to break these. There's so many other winchables around here. I'm going to be staying on this map for a while, so anything I break is going to stay broken. Actually, I can... That's not completely true. You can just look up another map. Oh boy, am I really doing this? Oh, that's the place I didn't want to cross. But I'm here now. YOLO. Just catch it straight. I'll be fine, although my nose might get stuck. Careful. Careful. Oh, this is so dumb, but I'm doing it. And my nose is stuck. As I thought it would be. Do I even have a winchable over there? Oh, barely. Okay. That's not in a good direction, but okay. It'll get my nose up out of the way at least, I think. Just got to get my back wheels over that cliff. Oh, except now it's gonna tip. Don't tip. Come on, don't tip. Stop. Brake. Okay. This was a bad idea. This is mostly here as a safety winch, but... Brother. Look at what a bad idea this was. Okay, I'm straighter now. Can I do it now? Probably not. Oh, I can't attach that to the... I'm at a spot now where I could back out of it. I think I can always back out with the tree I'm next to if I need to. I got a tree next to me here, which will keep me from tipping that way. Oh, but now I got a wheel stuck on there. For sakes. Parking brake on, I think. Just pull me away from that tree. Okay, that should be good enough. No, that's not good enough. What am I stuck? Oh, my nose is still stuck. Oh, for crying out loud. Alright. I'm done with this. No, don't tip, don't tip, don't tip. Oh, ironically now I'm at an angle where I might be able to get there. Attach the winch. From here to, don't want to tip. To... there. Okay. Alright, we're not going that way ever again. That is not a good way. That's a bad way. Very, very bad way. I wish there was a way to mark something custom on the map. I would put a custom tag on there saying, bad way. And that's like... that is... Is there a path there? Maybe there isn't a path there. It looks like it should be a path there. Ugh. Now I gotta go all the way this way. And across that bridge, which I think is probably doable. But I'm not going to back it up the whole way. Where am I headed? All the way around there? No, I can go this way. Across these trees. There. That I think I can do. I think. Put a MapQuest marker. Remember MapQuest? I love MapQuest. Could you even... I don't even think you could put a permanent custom tack in MapQuest. I gotta make sure I don't hit my axles stuck on that tree, which is one weakness of this vehicle, is you can get a tree stuck between your axles, and you never want to do that. I've had that happen, and I've just had to recover the vehicle. I had no way of even towing myself out or winching myself out. It got wedged right in between the second and third axle. Bad news. Let me again make sure I know where that is. I am never going across. It looks like you can go there, but you can't go across there. You see, it's a big gully there. Keep that in mind. That's a big gully. Don't ever go that way. Uh, 40 minutes. Okay. I got time to get there. I got 20 minutes to get there and still have a success this episode. And then I got 2 more. Oh, look at this. Okay. This is also not an easy path. In fact, we're going to do a photo mode drone cheat here. It's not a cheat. It's a aperture and who needs a vignette and free cam. Okay. This is something you can do in most video games. You can only go a limited distance, but yeah, that's definitely doable. Much more doable than the other, because I can avoid that cliff, come along the gully a little bit, go up. Might have a little bit of a tip hazard, but there's plenty of winchables. Yes, the old photo mode drone cheat. But you know what? In a real truck, you could just get out and look around. So it's not like it's a cheat. Maybe it's not the way they designed the game, but it's realism. It's not like a cheat. It is realism. I see. This is getting the nose stuck. Although I think I'm also on a branch. No, I got a nose problem. Okay. Please, yes, thank you. Oh boy. Oh, come on! What am I stuck on? I'm stuck on something. That nose is really stuck. Parking brake before I shift gears. There we go. There we go. We got this. We got this. Trust me, we got this. Okay, this is also not the way to go, but I'm going this way. Oh, for goodness sakes. How am I going to do this? Wait a minute. Let's go back to the map. Can I just take this gully? No, then I have to get back up this cliff. Oh, for goodness sakes. Where can you cross the gully? Can't cross it there. Can't cross it there. That's what I just tried. Can't cross it here. Maybe if I back up down the gully. No. Might still be option because of my nose. This is definitely a safety winch task. Oh, good. I can get there. Okay. If the radius is enough that I can actually use it as a safety winch. Sure it is. Yay! Who says I can't get across that way? Easy mode. gotta be a better way across there. This map, getting in here is difficult, getting around here is difficult. Well, it is the last map of the last region that comes with the game. So you would expect it to be a final boss level. So I shouldn't complain. Although I will complain. Okay. Now what's the real way to get there? Oh, no way am I going all the way through the rocks. It's just brush. It's not big trees. At least according to the overhead map. MapRunner.com or MapRunner.info. There is a beta 3D map, which is 3d.maprunner.info. If you want a 3D map of all of the, I think they have all the regions now, but there's no link to it, I don't think, on the maprunner.info page. I think you just have to know that it's 3d.maprunner.info. That can help. You don't even need the photo mode drone if you go there. It shows a 3D view of everything on the map. However, I don't use MapRunner because I kind of think it's cheating, but I don't have the time to prepare before I play the game, which is why it takes me so long. But also, I mean, I couldn't look it up during the stream. Some people look it up during the streams. Wezel has that, but I don't have the ability to do that. Everything that I have, I'm using. I have 2 tablets, each running in split screen, different applications. I've got my Xbox, I got my phone running, a timer. And I have a very old laptop that I haven't even used in 10 years. So, yeah, I guess I could borrow my roommate's tablet. Yeah, she'd love that. My roommates hide in the room when I'm streaming, and for good reason. Oh, my roommate tucked her head out. She heard me. Never gonna borrow her tablet. She needs it. She needs it. While I'm streaming with her headset to keep her away from keep her ears and eyes away from what I'm doing and have some entertainment. Almost there. Almost there. Coming up on 15 minutes. Perfect timing. Perfect timing to go back and get the metal beams. I think I can get metal beams here. I can get wooden planks here too. I didn't need to drag these all the way back. But I needed to get a truck here anyway, so I might as well get them here with the wooden planks, although I went way out of the way to get the wooden planks, as I misread it, thinking that it was temporary cargo, and I only had one here, which was not. But being not bright is my superpower. I think that's so funny when people talk about their superpower. Yes, being able to read is my superpower. My superpower is being confused. Confused man. All right, cargo management. Let's stop the engine first. Conserve on my fuel. Oh, there's a fuel station right there. Didn't need to conserve on my fuel, but I'm going to be ending the episode here anyway. Cargo management. Blammo, blammo. Stage complete. Anticlimactic, but I got there. Let's look at the map. picking up metal there, which means I have to get across a different gully. Oh, for goodness sakes, how am I going to do this? Back through here, around these rocks? I think I can do that. Then back around these rocks? Maybe just stay in the water around here, come around, get there. Yeah, I'll work that out in the next YouTube episode. You guys can all think about it and see what I chose. Did I choose wisely or did I choose poorly? It's up to you to decide. Going down this cliff would be choosing poorly. Anyway, all right, folks. If you're watching on Twitch, stick around. I'll be back in just a few minutes. If you're watching on YouTube, that's going to be it for this YouTube episode. The next YouTube episode will be out the next weekday at noon U.S. Central Time, which if you want to find me, you can type time in Minnesota, or you can type time in Iowa. That's a lot easier. Midnight or noon U.S. Central Time is 1800 hours, 6 p.m. in the UK. They use both there. Or 0600 hours the next day in New Zealand. So, your local times may vary. Once again, Twitch, stick around. YouTube, next episode. Either way, thank you for watching, and I will see you then.